Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing Finn, a lead character from the Disney Star Wars sequels. Like many of you, I really liked Finn's character and firmly believe he was one of the best parts of the trilogy. By the end, his collapsing storyline came as a shock, but only to those unaware of Disney's troubled past and the patronizing manner in which Hollywood regularly handles ethnic and minority characters. Now, make no mistake, not a single one of the characters or storylines in the sequels was given fair due. Each fell apart for different reasons that may well be worth exploring in future videos, but for today, we're just going to focus on Finn. A little background. The character of Finn is portrayed by British actor and fan favorite, John Boyega. We're introduced to Finn in the first of the Disney Star Wars sequels, The Force Awakens. There we learn that Finn is a stormtrooper. He's one of many snatched up as a child and trained to be a mindless, merciless foot soldier for the First Order. But it was on his first mission that Finn was absolutely horrified by what he saw. Known then simply as FN-2187, Finn was a stormtrooper with a conscience, one who had somehow, some way, managed to maintain his humanity. He rejected years of indoctrination and reconditioning. His defection kicked off the series as part of a new story that fans couldn't wait to explore. Not to mention, he was cast by a very good actor who steals the scene whenever he's on the screen. While there were complaints that Finn didn't have much to do, his growth throughout the film culminated in a single monumental moment where, in the midst of ice and snow, Finn wielded a lightsaber and bravely stood toe-to-toe against Kylo Ren. Afterward, Finn was lauded as one of the more interesting new characters in the saga. But in The Last Jedi, to the great frustration of fans, Finn was removed from the core story in a senseless side quest and reduced to a sidekick for a whole new character. He was harassed and humiliated, lectured to and tased. His sacrifice was foiled. Then, without any reason or foreshadowing of a romance, he was kissed by a woman he wasn't attracted to in one of the cringiest moments in Star Wars history. Some compared Finn in this episode to Jar Jar, others worse to C-3PO. Finn was probably the best character in The Force Awakens, and then he might as well have never woken up in The Last Jedi. Saying Finn was underutilized is an understatement, and no one, not even John himself, was happy about it. The Rise of Skywalker did retcon Finn's Force sensitivity, but didn't allow him to explore it, or to hold a lightsaber again. Clearly, there was never a plan for Finn. He was marketed for diversity points, and once they cashed in, his character was reduced to stereotypes. And this is consistent with Hollywood's practice of underdeveloping characters, or lazily race swapping them, or both. Seldom is anyone in Hollywood willing to commit the time and attention and money to proper character creation and development, which is a chief complaint amongst fans and fandoms across the consumer base. And that's the irony of woke Hollywood. Their interest in diversity and people of color extends only so far as to make themselves appear virtuous. But they use black and brown skin to engage in superficial cash grabs. They don't give us anything substantive. Disney, Johnson, Abrams, Kennedy, they were never prepared to do anything with Finn. They underestimated how popular he would become because, as with so much else, they couldn't conceive of it. To us, Finn was a hero and a Jedi to be. To them, he was a janitor and a joke. At best, he was a red herring to Rey. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think. What's your take on Finn's arc in the sequels, and what do you think about Hollywood and how they handle diversity? Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you next week.